What's going on, guys? I'm back. I was injured, got paralyzed, and now I'm back in my shop playing around. And man, does it feel good. I was going to get here on YouTube and do a little bit of talking with you guys about what happened and what's going on and maybe what the future holds for Danny Keiderling. You guys might be following me on some of my socials. If not, make sure to be following me on TikTok and Instagram. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button below. Follow me here on YouTube. But just so you guys know, we're going to do a little recap on Danny Keiderling's journey the last 6 months. Starting out, I guess, give you guys the rundown. I was paralyzed in a accident up in the Black Hills of South Dakota. We were up there scooting around on the Can-Am Maverick. You guys might have seen that in a previous episode. We were playing around out there, and we hit some loose gravel. We went off the side of a mountainside and rolled six or seven times down the side of a mountain, and I actually got ejected out of the UTV. Just so you guys know, I was wearing my seatbelt, thank God. I landed, I don't know if it was the wreck or the land, actually fractured my C6, C7 in my spinal cord, and I was life-flighted to hospital in Rapid City, South Dakota. I was actually in the ICU for, it wasn't too long. I think it was 2 weeks in the ICU. It's pretty crazy, but I lived, thankfully. I was in the ICU, met a lot of really good people. Shout out to one of my favorite nurses up there in Rapid City, South Dakota, Katie. She actually got nominated for the Daisy Award. I actually nominated her, and she actually won. I was in the ICU, and when after my surgery, I couldn't move my head much more than like that. I couldn't kind of shake around. I couldn't do much, and I had to eat, like a soup and potatoes and stuff like that. I couldn't have any like hard foods or anything like that. And I was right after my surgery. I was craving Skittles hardcore. I was wanting some Skittles. I wanted some Skittles, and all I could get was Mountain Dew because I couldn't chew on anything hard. As soon as they released me off of liquid diet or whatever, she gave me a bag of Skittles. And man, that first thing of Skittles after craving them for about a week sure tasted good. But anyway, long story short, I got kind of healed up there up at Monument Health up there in Rapid City. I was so lucky to get accepted into Craig Hospital. Craig Hospital, if you guys don't know much about it, you guys need to go check them out. They're more of a rehabilitation hospital for spinal cord and traumatic brain injuries. That's where I went. They're down in Inglewood, Colorado, just south of Denver. So I took an airplane, actually. They flew me from South Dakota all the way down to Denver, and then I got in an ambulance and went to Craig Hospital. Craig Rehabilitation is what some people call them, like I said. Started my rehab. My first night there was pretty rough. It was 100 degrees out, and I showed up with a fever. One of the nurses freaked out because I had a fever, and I'm kind of laughing to myself. Probably not something you should laugh about, but I was laughing because I was in a 110-degree freaking ambulance for like an hour and a half trying to get through Denver traffic. And so I showed up with a temperature of 101 degrees or something, and she was freaking out, and I was kind of laughing. So my first night there was a little rough because they only gave me a sheet and turned the air conditioning on. And so my freaking overweight ass was freaking just freezing to death in the hospital. But it was pretty amazing, though. As my days progressed there at Craig, I started getting a little more ambitious, a little more ballsy, or what have you, a little more ambitious. And I started out with you would almost call it a full body cast. They call it a CTO. And so as the days progressed there at Craig, I started to learn a little bit more about paralysis and what life was going to look like for a guy like me, and started learning some things. And so I learned a little bit about my injury and a lot of things. A lot of people might be asking out there on YouTube or why my hands don't look normal or whatever. It's because of my level of injuries. If you guys remember, I'm a C6 is where my injury level is. So right about where your shoulder meets your neck is where my C section of my spine was broken, and it damaged my spinal cord. I was actually an incomplete injury, Asia level B. Lost movement of my fingers, but I still can move my wrists. You can see my fingers move with my wrists, but my fingers don't really have any, I don't have any fine motor control with them. But I got my arms. I can still work out. I can do a lot of things with my arms. So they were kind of teaching me how to adapt and overcome with different tenodesis, where I can grab things, kind of just different stuff down there. They got 88 rooms or 89 rooms down there in Craig, and they're people from lower injury in the lumbar section of their spine all the way up to the fully paralyzed from the neck down. So it was really amazing. They helped me. When I was there, I couldn't even feed myself. I literally couldn't even grab a bottle of pop. I couldn't even freaking feed myself mashed potatoes. I literally had to get fed. I had to be fed by a nurse. And now, I mean, I'm actually cooking on the stove. I'm grilling up steaks on the weekends sometimes. So they taught me how to do all that stuff. They taught me how to transfer. Another cool video maybe I'd like to share with you people out there is how Danny actually can transfer out of a chair. Eventually, I want to do it completely by myself. I still think about some of the people I've met down in Craig every single day. Pretty amazing place, pretty amazing people. They're a non-profit organization. They do a lot of work for people. Some people that aren't as fortunate, like as I am. Some people that might not even have enough money to go to a hospital to when they get paralyzed. Craig will actually pay for their stay, pay for what medical stuff they might need, stuff like that. So they're pretty amazing. They're top tier. They're the #1 rehab hospital in America, and that's the reason why, because they're not just about money. They're not about money, or just not the physical things or money in life. They're more about helping people out and restarting people's lives, because it is a big change. That being said, it sucks, but that's what Danny Cardling has to deal with every day, and we're going to make the best of it, like I tell you guys. So yeah, after I left Craig, it was pretty crazy. After I got admitted out inpatient to outpatient, me and the wife got her truck all loaded up, and had to get a U-Haul to put this big old wheelchair in. And we got loaded up, and we headed back up to Wyoming. A lot of people with my injury, they say can't travel in their the first certain amount. And shoot, my doctors said that when I left Craig, they said that I was doing better than what most people do after 3 to 6 months. And I think that was mainly because I went to Craig Hospital, and I had an amazing wife and friends coming down there to help me out. But we loaded up the truck, and we came back to Wyoming. And now I've been back in Wyoming for just over a month now, 5 weeks, I think. I've been down in the shop a few times, and if you guys know me, you guys know that my favorite place in life is around a welding machine or in a shop playing with my toys, working, building on stuff, building welding beds. And so today we came down here and actually did a little TIG welding, and frick, it saves my life every time that I come out down here and play. And so you guys might be looking at some of the stuff I got in the background, maybe looking at this welding bed here, or welding machine in the background. But Danny Cardling's got a lot of big stuff coming up. I can't really tell you exactly now, but I'm going to be posting more here on YouTube. I want to make this YouTube channel blow up. I want to be big on YouTube. I want to help out people. I want to give away stuff to people. I want to make a difference, and I'm going to make a difference. It's coming, and I want you guys to be there with me. So anyone that wants to come along with the guy in the wheelchair, make sure to hit that like button below, and make sure to follow and subscribe, all the stuff you can on YouTube, because I want to do it with you guys. So until then, we'll see you on the next weld.